Alright, so today's color is going to be another gold. This one is a lighter one. As you can see, this is the one we swatched last time. So this one's more of a yellow gold. This one's more, so I'm guessing like this is like 22 karat, this is like 14. You know, there are some of those like really, really bright golds, really yellowy. This one's more of like a 14 karat. And my nails are totally stained. Well, kind of. Hold on. Here, I'll show you. So, yesterday's color, this one, totally, like, stained my skin, under my nail, some of my nail bed. These purple ones, right? This purple one and the bright pink one does that. And the staining of my nail bed through the base coat was horrendous. I managed to get a lot of it off using a cuticle remover, but there's some of it ingrained. And I'm not going to buff it because, see, like on my thumb, you can see little remnants. I don't want to buff it because that will weaken my nail and then they'll break easier. Also, I didn't soak in a bathtub like last time because I'm trying to bang out a couple videos today. So, like, the skin is still super pink. This is after scrubbing it and all that stuff. So, it's going to be what it is. Sorry about that. I know it's not exactly professional, but what am I going to do? What are you going to do? It is what it is, you know what I mean? But yeah. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And let's get into it. Oh, yeah, you have to shake these. I don't think I shaked this one. Because they say shake well. See, like, I don't know if you see the little sticker. So these are the Cosmic Color Mirror Effect Polishes. I don't know if you've been watching my videos or follow me or whatever. If you do, that's awesome. If you don't, you know, that's cool too. I'm not going to force you to do something you don't want to do or listen to me yammer on. You know what I mean? But I want to see how these guys perform because not all of them perform that great over a base coat, which is a bummer. Some of them do just fine, no issues. Others do like this weird ripple effect, which tends to, depending on the shade, that weird rippling irons itself out once everything has completely dried down. It doesn't really last, but it also depends how bad it is. Sometimes you just have to redo the whole nail, unfortunately. And a few of them, when you go in with the second coat or to try to touch it up, even when you're working on your first coat, will kind of pick up the polish and like smudge it. So you kind of have to quit while you're ahead, let it dry, move on to the next finger, and then go back and try to iron it out with a second coat once the initial coat has completely dried. One thing that's nice about these, they dry really quick. They dry just like the iridescent ones, which are those glitters, which I was swatching initially, but I switched over to the chromes, or these mirror effect ones. Sorry, I use the term interchangeably. I switched over because I just want to get them out of the way. And so that you can see how each color performs. Because when you see these guys at the Dollar Tree, they don't last. Like, polishes like this don't last. You don't get it the day you see it, you probably won't be able to go back and get it later. Is what I've noticed. Things don't last there. And a lot of these are not that great. And you probably wouldn't have wanted to spend your $1.25 on them anyway. So, hopefully, I spent my money on them to test them out for you so you don't have to spend yours. You know what I mean? And so far, this one is kind of like the silver. I don't think it's as bad as the yellow gold one, which was a lot more ripply. But it's not quite as good as the pink and the purple and the dark blue. Those pretty much went on with absolutely no issues. Like, no rippling, no nothing. Like, they were just absolutely phenomenal to work with over a base coat. Unfortunately, despite having a base coat, the pink and the purple still stain through it. And oh crap, I screwed this finger up. Can I smudge it back into place, kind of? That bummer. That I might have to completely wash off on camera and fix it. Bummer. Oh well. That's what you get when a layman tries to do stuff. Because I'm not a professional. Oh, another thing about this gold is I think it's very similar to the silver in that it's going to need a third coat. And I didn't do the third coat on the silver because I was just lazy that day. I didn't feel like doing it. You know? And, yeah. So it ended up being a little see-through in the official swatch. I wonder if I can salvage this one. It doesn't really look like I can. That ripple looks really bad where I smudged it. Criminy! I kind of did it to this one too. Bummer. I need to be more careful. But what are you gonna do? I'm not that careful, am I? Oh, what was I saying? So yeah, these guys dry down pretty quickly. Usually by the time I'm done with my pinky, the thumb is already dry. And that's kind of insane. Because most polishes, once I'm done with my 10th finger, usually aren't dry to the touch. So these guys dry phenomenally quick, which is a total bonus. But let's see. Alright. So I think I want to do a third coat with this one since I kind of screwed this finger up. But it is quite similar to the silver where it's not that pigmented, so you need a third coat. The thing is when you do just the 2 coats, and I did the coats a little bit thick, which is why it's kind of doing that ripple effect. Not all of them do that if you do a thin coat. This one, if I did the thin coat and I didn't screw up and I didn't try to like fix them by doing a thicker coat, probably wouldn't have that same rippling, because a lot of them also do that weird ripple thing even if you put a thin coat on. This one I noticed if you did just a really thin coat, it didn't really do it. And the silver was similar. So I'm gonna let this dry off camera and do a third coat, I think, before I do the official swatch. But just so you get an idea, now disregard this snail because I screwed it up, and this one kind of. But see how the thumb is kind of doing that weird ripple thing, and this one too? So yeah, that kind of, these two are messed up because I had to do thick coats, but even the pinky is kind of doing that weird ripple thing. Alright, so I'm going to fix these off camera for the official swatch, just so you can see that even if the polish is janky, you can still make it work. But yeah, this one is kind of a meh one. The silver one is kind of a meh one. It's not like terrible like that orange one, but it is what it is. Alright, see you guys later for the official swatch. Okay, bye!